Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, at Microsoft 365 Nation, and we have one of our contributors, Michael Jenkins, better known as Mickyj, back for his periodic contribution. That's kind of how we roll. But before we get to that, for all the ships at sea, you might want to be aware of, let's see if I can do this. You might want to be aware of, there is a worldwide tour called SharePoint Saturday that goes around, and you can Google that, and they also rebrand it Office 365 Saturday in certain locales. I'm on their website. They do, it looks like over 100 events a year, simultaneous Saturdays around the world. It's really cool. Unfortunately, Mickyj, my research has shown that the last time they visited Australia was Sydney in 2014, because I was going to say, you should go. Well, maybe just come on up here. So,
Yeah, look, it would be great to have that event here. So whoever's listening and watching this, bring it to Australia again, please.
yeah, exactly. No, it's a lot of MVPs and a lot of hardcore geek. Well, hey, it's our periodic visit. We like to talk security. And you were telling me that this month, some interesting topics are cryptojacking and FormJacking. So let's start with cryptojacking. What is the story, sir?
Absolutely. Okay, cryptojacking has been around for a long time now, but it's starting to become more obvious because it's becoming more profitable for those criminals out there. So therefore, if they can make more money, obviously they spend more time making it happen. Now, cryptojacking. Ever been to a web page? It could be, who knows, an Edge or Facebook and Google, anything like that, and it goes slow. You open up Outlook and it's slow, and everything seems to get affected by what you've got in your browser. Cryptojacking is the ability for a website to have a hacker insert some Java code into it to then mine Bitcoins using the processor in your machine
Wow.
and join a botnet worldwide to crunch down and get those Bitcoins out. So what's been happening is you visit websites, you open up your tabs, and each time you open up a tab, another cryptojacking session begins. So your machine gets lethargic, your mouse jumps around, you can't quite get some between things, you open up Task Manager, that's taking up oodles of memory that you never thought it would, or your CPU's spiking and the fans are speeding up on your machine, and that's because you've been cryptojacked. Now, unfortunately, it's been happening on well-known websites. There's been all kinds of injections of code into live WordPress websites and things like that, and it's getting worse and worse. Facebook actually had a couple of applications, some of those little games that people play, and the games are played in the browser, but when people download them and they install into their browser, suddenly everything starts going slower. Not a problem because you're concentrating on the game and you don't realize in the back end that your machine's crunching away, cracking all these Bitcoins.
Yeah.
Now, funnily enough, crypto mining and those sorts of things are not actually illegal. It's only illegal if you're not told about it and you don't know about it. And that's what they're doing. They're injecting into these websites. So you only have to get a couple of them and your machine grinds to a halt, basically, and you shut down your browser and you're wondering, why was that the magical cure? Why is my machine running so fantastically quick? And that's because you've just disconnected all the cryptojackers. Now, it is a worldwide thing, so it's a botnet. So these computers are passing little bits of information between each other to form the hashes that form the cryptocurrency.
Right.
Now, I'm sure that cryptocurrency has been discussed to death, but it's an electronic currency that is made up out of an algorithm or a hash. And basically the way they were designed is so that the mathematical equation that creates the currency gets harder and harder and harder and harder with time. So basically they predicted that all the currency would be out in the open after about 30 years. Well, these hackers have decided, well, if it's just an algorithm, why don't we write some software to crack that algorithm and make ourselves rich? And we all know Bitcoin, of course, has been up and down with the money, but it's worth money. It's worth lots of money. If you can crack a Bitcoin, you make money. If you sell that Bitcoin, you make money. So the hackers see this as a great way to obviously furnish themselves with the cash to go out and do more malicious things. Now that's your cryptojacking, and that's been getting really serious the last few months.
Question, how do I defend against it? I believe, maybe if you don't mind repeating, you unplug and shut down and it stops, if I heard that right. But can I also go to my friends at Bitdefender or other well-known?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about that. If you could repeat how I stop it right after this video interview.
Yeah, well, you'll know if you've got it, and then you'll need to stop it, won't you? Because your browser will be slow. But look, Malware Bytes, Trend Micro, all the big companies out there, they're doing it in two ways. There are URL scanners, so that when you type in your web address, if the monitoring software knows you've gone to one of these things, then of course it can actually block and come up with a warning saying you're about to have this problem or malicious or whatever. Malwarebytes can also look through your internet cache and find the Java files in there and highlight that you have been cryptojacked. And by the way, maybe you shouldn't go to that website again. But really the only real cure, because nothing really physically gets installed but temporary files, is to close your browser. Once you've done that, just don't go back to that website for that moment. A lot of them are related to those websites where, hey, top 10, 40 fantastic things, and you flick through photo to photo to photo to photo.
Yeah.
Well, first three are quick, then it gets slower, then it gets slower. You've been cryptojacked.
Yep. All right. Well, sir, next topic is FormJacking this month. What's going on?
Okay. Well, let's think of FormJacking as ATM skimming. Okay. Now, we're skimming for two reasons. First of all, we might be adding a couple of cents to your transaction, or we might be stealing your PIN code and card number and all the information that goes with it, except we're actually stealing your home address as well and anything else related to you that you need to prove your identity. And that's where this is really, really scary, because a lot of the actual FormJacking that's been going on has so that people can fake identities. It's not necessarily to make the money. Is to steal your identity, which then makes them the money. Now, again, it's the same sort of thing. You go to pay a bill online, or you pay for groceries to be delivered or something like that, and it requires a PayPal or a credit card input. You go to the form, you put in all your details, so you've got, I don't know, date of birth, whatever it is that you prove who you are, you put in your credit card information.
Sounds dangerous, but go on.
Yeah, and what they do is they actually do two things. They first of all insert into the web page before you get to the form a little tiny thing that keeps a monitor to see if they're being tracked. Just like if someone was to rob a house, they might do it with two people, one outside looking for the police and one inside doing the robbery. Well, they're aware that the big companies are out there looking for these things. So they insert a piece of Java that you're not going to notice. It doesn't come as a picture or a pop-up or, hey, do you need permission to run this Java? But it sits in the background just monitoring. Am I being looked for? Is my code being disassembled in memory? Am I being hunted down? Okay, I'm not. Cool. This guy's just put in a credit card. The next piece of code then kicks in. That piece of code just grabs information. Yes, it might add 2 cents here or 2 cents there, but really all it's doing is skimming your information off to use later. Now, the scary part about it is on the dark web, the growing lists of this information and how cheap you can buy it for. It's really scary. So people are out there making money off this information. Now, they feel quite okay because they're not scamming you. They're just taking your information. Then they're selling it, and it's the person after that that does the scam where they might be debiting you hundreds of dollars a month or whatever. And that's FormJacking. The other thing that we haven't mentioned is the increase in Android APK, the little packages you install on your Android phone, and that's also being jacked. So there's actually a number of crypto coin and Bitcoin cracking tools that are actually coming out inside the packages that you install on your phone. And again, your phone gets a little bit lethargic. You can't get between your apps as quick. Bang, you've been jacked. So jacking as a term of basically hijacking is becoming a real term out there, like Trojans and rootkits and things like that. And then the method of which they're doing it, you got package jacking, you got form jacking, and you got your browser jacking or crypto jacking.
Man, my head's spinning. You've done it again. You filled me up for another session. Well, I'll tell you what, we sure appreciate your contributions to Microsoft 365 Nation. I will send you I'm going to tell you and I'm going to send you because folks may be interested, but this SharePoint Saturday, AKA Office 365 Saturday, is spsevents.org. SharePoint Saturday events.org, spsevents.org. And I would encourage you, they're not for profit. And so, Mickyj, with you and some of the old MVPs down there, there may be some there. And that'd be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, sir, we'll see you soon, and have a for you, have a great day. For me, it's hopefully a great evening.
Off to bed. Yes, it's Friday here. Looking forward to a great weekend. I think it's Thursday there.
Yeah.
So you get to live the day I've lived. So have a great weekend as well.
Well, how did it work out? Tell me what did they find in all the reports coming out of DC? Tell me what happens tomorrow.
Yes, place that bet on horse number 3.
All right. Hey, Jenny over in the radio control room, thanks for your help. Have a great day. Talk to you next month.
See you then.